Hello.
It is the debater of the West. The Lord of the Jade Sword gladly receives you.
They're going to call
Am I
you.
being too loud?
They're going to call you racist for this. Aren't you? Wait, hold on. Are you Chinese by ethnicity, or do you just live there?
Vaush. Of course, I am Chinese.
Okay, hold on. No, you have to stop. Unironically,
also-
like they're going to call me racist for this. You have to stop. Wait, is this a soundboard, or is this actually? Are you doing your best like Fu Manchu thing?
Oh, Vaush, you do not recognize this voice? I'm doing a Zhao Ming impression from Total Warhammer 3. The Iron Dragon!
I haven't. I just played dwarves.
I saw you literally had a mail-in campaign on stream. Oh, by the way, Chad, I am Chinese.
Okay, you can get away
I don't
with
know.
it. They'll still say
say some Chinese.
They're still gonna get me for this.
Oh, great.
Wait, hold on.
I was just trying to make a funny bit
Do you
because,
start?
you know.
Do you start the Grand Cathay campaign with the woman or the man? I forget.
The man. Well, they're not human. They're celestial dragons.
Yes, the celestial dragons. Okay, this is going to be a 90-minute conversation, but if you keep that going, it's going to feel like fucking 5 hours. You have to stop. You have to stop.
Don't worry about it. It's just a funny bit.
Okay, first of all, this is probably the
Yes.
thing you should open before the ethnic accent impressions. Could you tell everyone who you are and what your qualifications are for having this conversation?
Of course. Hello, chat. Has been you can refer me as Dino Man. I have been a long time Vaush viewer. I was born and raised in China in a fluent family, and moved to the U.S. for education some years ago. My first language is Chinese, Mandarin, and I use Chinese social media and internet regularly. I study zoology in America, and also conservation biology. So even when I'm not present in China, my living experiences grants me a unique perspective because it's vastly easier for me to access the Chinese internet and have a greater understanding of how the Chinese government functions due to my life experience and also my family ties with the local government.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Jesus, that's a lot. Okay. So I think it's quite fitting that this conversation happened now, actually, because there was that recent bit of China and Taiwan's relationship coming up in the conversation between Hasan Piker and Ethan Klein.
Vaush, would you mind if I mention Hasan or a specific content creator in this conversation?
Yeah, you can go for it. Don't say anything that's going to get me in trouble. That's all I ask.
Oh, don't worry about it. I will try my best. I'm just gonna say my personal opinion and my experience with some of the community and some of the content creators themselves.
Oh yeah, then of course, then please.
Yeah. Also, when I say things you find inappropriate or off topic, feel free to shut me down. Okay?
No, I don't. Now that we've established that you're Chinese, which is sort of the information that chat didn't have at the time, now you can do any accent you want, and nobody can call you racist for it, which is a power I don't have.
I mean, yeah. In fact, I actually wanted to commission a full-body costume of the Iron Dragon. However, my mother thinks $3,000 worth of costume would be a waste of money. Despite, East Asian family saying like, I'll buy you an $80,000 car, but $3,000 costume, no deal. But yeah,
calling in with the Grand Cathay Grand Dragon V-tube model that stretches like 5 miles behind you. Yeah.
And then today, China is a rapidly urbanizing capitalist superpower, but still, at least 30% of its population, noting this population percentage is much larger than the United States, lives as peasants. And it is, without a doubt, a hyper-authoritarian, fascist one-party state that prioritizes stability and centralized, overwhelming power over anything. This is the only thing China cares, is stability and power, or in other words, harmony, societal harmony. Or, Vaush, would you mind if I do a Warhammer impression? One more time, please?
You've earned it. Go right for it.
Yeah. Nothing endures without harmony, and harmony only endures through us. That was, if you watch the Cassian trailer that was in there, I really like that. And also the Oh, you know what? I'll just keep going to the next topic. I'll just stop.
Well, hold on. Chat,
Uh-huh.
chat can't deny that you sound great when you do that shit. So they're sort of torn between
Thank you,
the
Chad.
soy
I
hammer,
highly appreciate it.
the soy hammer accusations, and
Yes.
also the damn that sounds cool accusations. You're not satisfied with the way a lot of Western leftists talk about China and its issues. I mean, that much I think is clear.
Certainly.
Can you tell me?
Certainly.
Yeah, like what's your experience with that? Like, what do you go online and you see it? Like, what's happening here? You know?
So I will give you, to begin, I'll start with a few personal experience. I know this is still not like a very good way to begin the conversation because it sounds anecdotal. But one time, second thought, I think he wanted to make a video about Asian American rights. And he platformed like a guy, Bay Area ML, I think that's his name.
Ah, yes.
I don't even think he's remotely Asian. It's like that guy never even showed his face, and I don't think he's Asian. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. That means they're also genocide deniers, so I don't expect them to know anything about China, at least in a good face. And when actual Asian leftists, some of them actually content creator, reach out to Second Thought, like, hey, why are you platforming this guy to talk over Asian people, over our struggle, over country that associated with us? Not only he did not respond, he just started mass blocking us. In fact, many large Tankies accounts, you will never see them interact with people who does not support the Chinese government because they would pre-block Chinese dissidents.
Mm-hmm.
And generally speaking, for many Chinese leftists who our views on Tankies is we dislike them.
Yeah, you talked
mm-hmm.
to me about this, or you reached out to message like me on this. But in China, leftist groups are suppressed. Marxist student organizations, union rights activists, worker advocates, basically every group that in the West is considered a leftist is in China suppressed by the government. And I never hear from those people, ever. I never look at a lefty channel and hear anything from or about those groups.
This is the same. Yeah, this is why I really appreciate you give us this platform. We don't have a voice. Chinese leftists in the Western world have zero voice. Vaush, you are literally the first person, one of the only person who have ever invited people like us on a platform. This is a jab towards SDL because I have scheduled something with SDL years ago. That fucker built on me.
Okay, to be fair, I do not have a great track record when it comes to quickly responding to and scheduling stuff. So we love our SDL
It took you
here.
2 years.
I think
That's something though.
I really do think
I respect SDL. He's a great meme creator.
No. We love our SDLs here, folks.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of it really, you said earlier this is like a weakness of Western leftists, and I think that's true. Leftism in the West is really bundled up with progressivism. You know, it's not just like the worker dynamic, it's also the social dynamic, like race and gender. And I think that's good, but it means that Western lefties are often really vulnerable to like the weaponization of POC marginalization and politics. And I think that a big part of why Chinese leftists are so rarely heard, even on Western leftist spaces, is because it's so easy for everyone else to jump to accusing you of being like basically self-hating and anti-POC. Like if I could line everyone who dislikes me up and try to get like a characterization of you from what you've said, despite you having not said a single thing that indicates like self-hatred or like you like America or you're like a cuck or whatever, I guarantee you that's the default they would go to. That is like the easy answer they would fall to.
Vaush, you have no idea how many times they accuse me of being a race traitor, of being a Hanjian. Hanjian means the traitor of the Han nation. It is usually used during the World War II to accuse people traitor to the Japanese side. It is fascinating experience. You know, I don't really get mad. I just get disappointed.
Yeah.
Just seeing like a white guy lives in California and then calls me a race traitor or call me, or what is it? What does they say? Gonzalo? I hope I'm not butchering the pronunciation. The people call the Cubans, right?
Yeah, the Gusanos, yeah.
When I am literally a leftist who have seen my friends getting persecuted, missing in China, and I come to the West and I see things like this happen.
Yeah, you know, you see a similar dynamic in a lot of other directions too, because it seems like if you are a leftist or progressive who belongs to a country that does not have good relations with the United States, it's really difficult to get a left perspective from that country because so many of the people who turn over from it are financially incentivized into either shutting up or right-wing grifting. The Tankies view this, like, the East as a bloc, as just a kind of sort of undifferentiated mass of revolutionary potential, and their relation to it is every bit as, like, chauvinistic and domineering as the ones that the British, you know, the British colonizers would have had back during the Opium Wars. Except instead of the whole, like, oh, we're here to bring you civilization, instead it's like, oh, well, here's our interpretation of the Marxist lexicon, and we will impose it on you, like, vicariously through the Chinese government. And if you have problems with it, then, like, you're rebelling against nature, basically. And because you see that a lot, right?
Yes, we have...
Tankies don't even acknowledge the existence of leftists. Like, I have heard Tankies. No, I have to say this. I have legitimately, multiple times from different people, hear Tankies say that how can you be correct when 1.4 billion Chinese people disagree with you, as though every Chinese person is like an ideologue who holds the same position. It is unironically the most racist shit I've ever heard. It was from a person who called themselves a progressive socialist. Like, the idea that every Chinese person is just naturally a Maoist, the same way as if any of them are, right? In the same way that like birds know to fly to warmer areas during the winter season. Legitimately, I think it's colonialism all over again.
And also, Wash, know this. Next time you ever see these Tankies saying these patronizing bullshit, tell them, send them a good fuck you from a Chinese, okay? I give you that pass. You can represent this Chinese to tell them to fuck off. Okay?
I will. I'll even do your voice.
People like Hasan.
I'll do your voice too when I say it. So
thank you. You shall repeat like a celestial dragon.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Just for the bit, please don't do the voice. Please don't do the bit, because I can do it because I'm Chinese. I think you understand.
I'll tell them that we need balance through strength.
Yes. But again, I'm a Chinese person. My knowledge is limited to ecology and some political theory that related mostly towards my own positionality in this world.
And Warhammer Fantasy.
But however, yes, it is. Yes, I not just Warhammer Fantasy. Well, thanks to my autistic hyper focus, I know so many lore. Elder Scroll, Forgotten Realm. I mean, Chinese fantasy world as well. There's many different amazing systems.
I can do traditional Chinese storytelling of the entirety of Journey to the West. If you give me enough time, I will tell you the story of Monkey King. Yes, I'll tell you the story of Monkey King 8 hour nonstop. Okay, this is how I got my girlfriends. This is I just stumbles, like, they love me because I'm goofy.
No. I love the idea also of, like, the autistic Rizzler in China being like, all right, I'm gonna tell you all. Here's my, like, Wukong OC. The original. So of all of the crimes committed unto China from Japan, the greatest of them by far was appropriating and then becoming the most popular version of the Tale to the West in Dragon Ball Z. That's bullshit, okay? We need a revival of the Chinese, the original.
Before I leave, I want to have this. I mentioned I'm going to mention Hasan, and this is how I'm going to mention him. Click on this link, Wash, my friend. And also other chatters, or you can, see what Wash saw. This is if anyone can clip this and send this to Hasan, my 1,000 thanks.
All right, we've got it up. Are those sea otters?
I have this to say to Hasan. So, those are Asian small-clawed river otters. He is in Japan when he did this, and this is something that's very unique to Japan, but unfortunately have spread to China and Korea too. Remember I told you East Asia has a terrible, terrible track record when it comes to wildlife trafficking? Mm-hmm. None of these otter was probably born in captivity, and it's incredible to breed them. They probably smuggled into these terrible cafe, into these places where people play them like toys, put them under stress, and it's just horrible practice. However, Hasan, he doesn't know. However, the builds up, he made many mistakes. And also, you can see this in our cafe. So when Vaush and you other people, other fellow Vaushites, when you visit Japan, never visit these places. You see that if you have cats or dogs in it, sure. If you have sheeps in it, why not? Wild animal, never. And he's basically supporting a industry, a huge industry that smuggles animal, not even just in Japan, but possibly from America. They smuggle even turkey vultures from America. I don't even know who want to pet a turkey vulture. They poop on their own legs to lower their body metabolism and temperature. But, well, Japan managed to poach them from America and take them and shovel them into these cafes. It is terrible. So if someone wants to send this clip to Hasan, I would greatly appreciate it. And also tell him he knows nothing about Taiwan and China, and please shut up. Or at least read about it before you talk about it. Like, supporting Chinese police brutality in Hong Kong? Brush it over like that? Like, oh, I know it's bad, but there is no but, Hasan. If you're truly a principled leftist, as you claim you are, stay with your principle. That's it.
This has always been my main issue with him as well. If you're going to say hello to an otter, you have to go and dive into the sea and catch it yourself.
And I truly appreciate chat. You guys are awesome and so loving. I appreciate talking to you guys.
Yeah, I've had a delight talking to you as well, and I look forward to doing it again tomorrow.
Oh, certainly. Thank you for your platforming, Vaush.
Not at all. Thank you very much for coming on. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a wonderful night, Vaush.
You too?
It is a very pleasant time. Yes.
Take care.
Yes. Oh, before I leave, can I say one more thing from Lord of the Jades?
You caught me
from Zhao Ming.
With a nanosecond left before I hit the button. Yeah, hit it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I will say this to Ron DeSantis. Okay. Scoundrel, you are governed only by stupidity and spite. Was the audio quality good?
No, it worked great.
Loud?
He just resigned, is what I heard. It worked.
Oh well, if he does not, then I shall fill his carcass from the nearest mountain top. You know, I would just transform him into a golden statue.
Free speech in Roblox, obviously.
Well, you know, in Roblox, obviously, I would never do anything. I'm a scientist. I do not do any. I barely involved in anything political.
And tomorrow you can make
1,000 curses to that fact.
Even more accented, thinly veiled threats at public officials. Have a wonderful night, man.
Certainly. Have a great day. Have a great night.
Take care. Well, that fucking ruled. I can't believe it took so long to talk to this guy. He should be a voice actor. That shit is crazy, man. When I was out of it at the beginning of the convo, it's because I didn't remember whether or not Dino Man was actually Chinese, and I didn't know whether or not I was about to get in trouble with him doing the accent. I think it's funny, like, I know because right off the bat, it's like, well, if you're doing the accent, like it's racist or whatever, it's like it's racist to have that accent. Can we just admit, like, outside everything, that is a sick fucking accent? Like, the stereotypical accent of like a Mexican person or like whatever else, like I don't know. I feel like oftentimes insulting. That's like, oh, here's a stereotypical Chinese accent. It's like, holy shit, fucking mountain warrior. Oh my god, incredible shit. Well, I mean, obviously he was playing it up for the Grand Cathay bits, but still.